Today's topic is 5 steps for realization of truth. I'm going to talk about some of Vedanta Maharishi's ideas about what are those 5 steps that are required for realization of truth for every individual. Man is the embodiment of the consequences of his deeds. A philosophical saying from our ancestors. Its meaning is that birth into humanity is the consequential outcome of deeds done over the course of evolution. The aim of human birth is to attain divinity by purifying the soul and eradicating the sinful factors which cause misery. Such attainment is possible only by enjoying skillfully the pleasures of life and by realizing the ecstasy of merging with the truth, the Almighty Absolute. For creation of the destiny of humanity, nature has bestowed all comforts and opportunities for man. Nature has provided the 5 sensory organs as accessories to our perceptual and psychic activities. The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. And physically operative organs, hands, legs, mouth, genitals, and anus. Nature has also blessed each of us with a splendid subjective phenomenon known as mind, which has the wondrous capability to attain contentment, realizing the vast universe comprising innumerable objects, big and small, from the atom to the planets, and the precise cause in the evolutionary process from gravity to the living creatures. As the result of nature's evolutionary advancement, is equipped with marvelous ability to understand, utilize, and enjoy everything of the universe, that which is perceptible as well as imperceptible. The intended functioning of the material body, that is the physical body, and the astral body, the aggregation and precise functioning of individual infinitesimal energy particles, and the biomagnetic field, which the field created by waves emanating from the spinning the energy particles, helping one another in their formation and maintenance, comprise the human body. The physical body is structured with countless cells. Each cell has multifarious functions and is administered like a municipality or a chemical factory. Further, the cell has the character of contracting and expanding, by which it receives the circulating biomagnetic energy through one pore, consumes a quantity of it according to its needs, and expels the rest through the opposite pole. The biomagnetic energy received in such manner is continuously subject to transformations into electrical energies of light and sound, and chemical energies of taste and smell. Your cell is functioning by supplying these energies through the stream to all the parts of the body where are needed in sufficient quantities as an auto-functioning productive center working continuously without break. In accordance with the quantum of their supply, the biomagnetic waves that pass through some of the cells stagnate. Proportionate to the stagnant quantity, the biomagnetic energy is converted into various electrical and chemical energies energies. Nodes in the field structure is stuck to one another. They are associated with one another only by their magnetic attraction to give the entire body an integrated structure. Let's consider the worldly objects, dividing them into two categories, namely inanimate and animate. Any animate being inherently possesses feelings of pain and pleasure. Doesn't the human mind possess the four innate states of feelings? Pleasure, pain, peace, and ecstasy? We shall consider how these feelings are affected. The living being can be affected due to the clash or vibrations caused by the following 6 factors inside or outside of the body. They are 1. Heredity, 2. Food, 3. Mental activities, 4. Physical activities, 5. Changes in planetary positions, 6. Accidents. The human body is a fabulous construction. It is the efficiency of the divine nature with a collective function of 3 principles: physical body, the astral body comprising Vetans, that is infinitesimal spinning energy particles circulating within the physical body, and that is the biomagnetic field filled by the magnetic waves generated by the friction of the Vetans, revolving with its own spinning speed, with the surrounding compressive force of gravity existing all around the Vetans. Magnetic energy is the resultant of the friction between the divine gravity and the spinning energy particle, which has emerged as a fragment of gravity due to the self-compressive surrounding pressure force. The biomagnetic circulation has its intensified center situated at the middle of the physical body. The magnetic field permeates all over the body, fills all the cells belonging to the different parts of the entire physics, and transforms into pressure, electricity, and chemicals necessary for physical functions. The biomagnetic energy maintains all the physical activities, also functions as the psychic energy of thought and perception through the brain and senses. Perception comprises 3 factors. 1. Cognition. Cognition is the process of taking shape and image by interaction of one's biomagnetism through the senses with the external world. Number is the experience. Now, what is experience? It is the feelings which is from variations in the transformation of one's biomagnetism. Thirdly, the discrimination, which is understanding and assessing the differences between experiences. These 3 factors which comprises the perception, that is cognition, experience, and discrimination. The common of these 3 inseparable processes is called perception. Since the entire body is a field of biomagnetic waves, when they are in contact with the cells, magnetism is expanded in proportion to the transformation. This expenditure is apprehended as perception by the ultimate state of biomagnetism, the mind. Perception is that which is known as feeling or sensation. Such experiences are universally understood to bring either pain or pleasure. For example, if waste matter stagnates without discharge from the body, then the feeling occurring during its discharge, naturally or by effort, is experienced as pleasure. On the other hand, if the non-flow of magnetism is obstructed through any activity and its stagnation exceeds the bearable limit of the cells, the stagnation is converted abnormally into electricity. When abnormal electricity a circuit, the distributed state is perceived as the feeling of pain. What may be the extent of the friction? Proportional to it is conversion of biomagnetism. Accordingly, the conversion and consumption of the biomagnetism are perceived as feelings of pain, pleasure, peace, and ecstasy. To a certain extent, friction occurs naturally on account of the circulation of air, fluid, and biomagnetism inside the physical body. When friction is withheld, supportive to the functioning of the physique and psyche, mind enjoys its perception as peacefulness or a balanced state. Biomagnetism is a coalescence of the two principles, gravity and dynamic waves generated by the infinitesimal energy particles. That is, of this magnetic energy is the divine absolute space, which is the stock force, with the four potential qualities of freedom, force, time, and consciousness. The combination of the waves emanating from the spin of wavestone with the stock force forms the powerful magnetic energy. The mind functions are maintained by this magnetic energy only. Hence, whichever may be the living being, biomagnetism fills the entire organism. Magnetism is transformed into pressure, sound, light, taste, and smell. The consciousness, which functions as mind, perceives the transformations, their qualities, quantities, and results. Of pleasure. Outstanding is that a balanced mental state with properly maintained metabolic functions is felt as peacefulness. The next perceptual level is the feeling of pleasure. When waste material in the body or biomagnetism is discharged from the body, either through the five sensory organs or through five physically operative organs, namely hands, legs, mouth, genitals, and anus, by one effort or otherwise, the relief or relaxation occurring is felt as pleasure. This feeling is pleasurable only up to a limit wherein the polar arrangement of the physical cells is not distorted. This feeling of pain. What is the reason or method of elimination of biomagnetism? If it is excessive, it would distort the polar arrangement of the cells. At the relevant place, this distortion in the alignment of the cells results in local obstruction and stagnation of biomagnetism. There, the biomagnetic energy converts into electricity, is abnormally exhausted, and produces an uncomfortable state. This is called a short circuit and is felt as pain. When the electrical short circuit is temporary and later this state is felt as pain. Short circuit first starts as pain. If the pain prolongs and spreads to affect the other parts and causes extended disruption in area and time, that is known as disease. The effect of this short circuit culminates in irreparable damage to the organism. It affects the genetic center and death occurs. sixth sense means to ecstasy. The human species remains as the culmination of all the living species that emerged as nature's evolutionary marvels. One have the miseries and problems of life in mankind acquired such unaccountable proportions. What dwells in the minds of all thinkers and intellectuals was considered this to find an answer to it. Man's outward extension is the mind, and the mind is nothing but a phenomenon of the biomagnetism. The biomagnetic wave is functioning as the five transformations as pressure, sound, light, taste, and smell. The consciousness, which is an aspect of the totality itself, assumed as mind with the capacity of feeling these five transformation levels. The magnetic wave, which is mind, beyond its transformation as the senses, attains the capacity to function, transcending the senses. This is the sixth sense. Sense perceptions are due to interaction within the body or with the external world. The root of these perceptions lies in the innate gravity itself. When emanated from the spinning life force particles and the gravity that pervades the entire body comes into contact, the resultant coalescent energy is the biomagnetism. This biomagnetic energy rapidly circulates around the body, and a centripetal force is created. For living creatures, this center is situated at the exact point of the body. The biomagnetic center is genetic center, which in yogic terminology is called moola. All the experiences are obtained from sensory perceptions through the biomagnetic wave, and these characterized waves are stored in a shrunken form at the genetic center. When the level of functioning is at the same frequency at which the sensory perceptions were experienced, the recorded experience from the stock at the genetic center is magnified and displayed through the brain cells. These are the memories. Because the intensity of its self-compressive surrounding pressure, the omnipotent state, the absolute space, is constantly fractalizing itself into whirling knots, infinitesimal dust, and these groups to become the manifest energy particles. We call them Vedans. These atoms associate together, and depending upon the density of association, they are classified and known as the five elements, Panchabhutas. Combinations of these five elements are planets and stars. Among them is Earth. The first evolution of life on the Earth is the life. This is the one sense being. Then all the five sense beings successively in worms, bees, reptiles, and animals. Man is the supreme state of living beings. It has arisen as an evolved outcome from the five-sensed animals. The evolution of the universe begins from the absolute space and concludes at man's sixth sense. Hence, for the realization of consciousness and attainment of ecstasy, the human species is the comprehensively structured instrument. For this reason, the well-being of the human body has to be reverentially preserved. The South Indian saint Tirumular refers to the importance of physical health, saying, "Since God Himself is within my body, I maintain it with great care. We know that the highly complex human body is designed and nurtured by Almighty with utmost care. However, through the uncounted generations, from sense beings through sixth sense beings, due to ignorance, innocence, and emotional modes, the human physique and psyche have incurred certain deteriorations structurally and functionally. As a consequence, discomfort, misdeeds, and diseases are on the increase in the life of mankind. Accordance with the disharmonious habits and conflicts of life, genetic centers are necessarily contaminated. Man has to think, analyze, react, correct, and relate these factors. Nature's historical process, if the life of mankind is to be set right, 5 lines of planned reformation are to be followed. They are maintenance of physical health, training of psychic activities, maintaining harmony in all relationships, purification of the genetic center, and realization of the truth. So these steps, that is, number 1, maintenance of physical health, number 2, streamlining of psychic activities, third, maintenance of harmonious relationships with one and all of human society, fourth, purifying the genetic center, fifth, realization of truth. These steps can be achieved by 4 practices taught by the side Kundalini Yoga, Divine Sri Yogiraj Vedatri Maharishi. After so many years of research, and it is a collection of the experiences and discoveries done by our ancestors, saints, and so on. So this Vedatri Maharishi has taken those previous discoveries and experiences from the saints, from the wisdom. He explained and devised in a scientific approach, a scientific education for prosperity in life, and came with this 4 methods to practice this. 4 methods are simplified physical exercise and meditation and introspection and practice of Kayakalpa Yoga. These 4 methods can be learned in order to practice these 5 steps and achieve realization of truth. These are learned by all males and females above 14 years of age. This educational system contains not only elucidative lectures but also practical exercises and meditative practices. This full educational system for prosperous life would benefit in harmonizing family life. It would also immensely benefit bachelors of both sexes. A peace of mind and mental acuity to the youth and office workers. This system of spiritual practices is an education about the values of life. Let us all learn and practice these methods, enjoy the benefits, and achieve realization as well as the realization of the truth. May the world enjoy prosperity, happiness, wisdom, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, wisdom, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, wisdom, happiness, and peace. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you.